Everyone. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shenanigans, where we shenanigans the shenanigans. How are you all doing today?
Adequate.
Doing
Definitely.
Okay.
Excellent. Well, that's our show for today. We're all doing well. We'll see you guys next week when we check in on how we're doing.
10,000 experience. Good job, everyone.
Yep, 1,000 experience for everyone, 1,000 gold for everyone, and give up all of your magic items. You lost them in today's quest.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
But
that's it, folks.
So we got a nice small party today. We've been doing a lot of like big games, which are great fun, but I'm sort of excited for the smaller group. It'll be more manageable, as they say.
No, Neal, there is no small party listed on my calendar.
There's only big parties listed?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
this is what if I say this is a can we call this a grandiose but exclusive party?
grandiose with VIP access.
There we go. Yeah. You know, only a few really cool people get in, but it's an epic party. It's a big party, but it's very exclusive and VIP only. That's
AKA
what Shenanigans is.
The small scale shit show.
Ooh, yeah,
why don't we walk around the table?
Mess.
Yes. Why don't we do a very quick character introduction, and then we'll hop into game. So we're gonna start with Bastian. Who are you playing today?
Oh, who I am? Well, I'm a most exquisite individual, Neal, playing an elf. Who's also a most exquisite individual. He is a very. His name is Gwafia, a noble elf, and with that comes all which you would expect: a superiority complex, good looks, exquisite skills in the sword, and magic.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
What is your character? Your character's a noble-born elf, right?
Yeah.
If you were to relate Elven to a real-world language, what language would you relate Elven to? You know,
Elven,
like oftentimes people say like a Dwarven is like Scottish or German. What would you say Elven is?
Elven, because the Elvish language actually exists, Neal. Tolkien made it.
Oh my god, a real-world language. Not the ramblings of some degenerate old man.
Let me think. Give me a minute. I will come back to you on this.
There is a Nordic language called Elhaven or something like that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, maybe. Or I think what language was the Elder language, the Elder tongue in The Witcher based on? Have to look it up.
So it's not like French or
Japanese.
something, definitely?
No, not French.
All right.
French.
Japanese.
Neil, this has to be a real language.
Yeah.
French is a real language. It's just impossible to spell anything.
That's what they want you to think.
No, but French is probably no.
All right. Well, if you're not going to pick French, it doesn't matter. I was just hoping that's what you'd pick, and I had a joke if you had picked French, and it was going to be fine. But fine, let it not be French. You can still come up with a language.
Jokes are always funniest when you explain them.
No,
probably
it's too late,
Neal.
Rob. It's over.
Neal, Latin, probably Latin.
Elven is like Latin?
Yeah, it's like a very old language, or something that is similar to Latin.
I don't know. I just don't feel like Latin has a lot of hard consonants, lots of V's and K's. It's not a very you know, it's not a very beautiful language. Latin's kind of an technically beautiful, but like spokenly harsh language, you know?
Maybe a more beautiful way of Latin, like something similar to Latin.
So maybe if you like took Latin and then like modified it a little bit over like maybe 1,500 years or so, and you put it like in Gaul.
French, Neal. It's not French.
All right. Okay. All right. Nick, how you doing? Who are you and who are you playing today?
I'm Nick. I do nothing.
That's not true. You have a full and rich and beautiful life. You don't do nothing.
It's XCOM.
I work at a job where I play video games. I come home, I play video games, and I sleep. I play D&D.
All right. And who are you playing today?
I play Doreen.
Wonderful.
And think most people know who Doreen is by now.
Yes, yes, they do. She's been around for a while. And today we bury her. Connar, who are you and who are you playing?
Hey, I'm Connar. I throw dice at geckos that shit on me. And then last night a gecko was like sitting on my ceiling and it pooped on me. I was like, oh, hell no. So I threw a dice at it. It fell off because it was scared on the ground, and I like started chasing it around.
20.
And like it got near a box, and like the box touched its tail, and it like ejected its tail, and the tail was wiggling around for like 5 minutes. And then I trapped it under a piece of Tupperware.
And then ate it?
No.
Oh.
I didn't eat it. I trapped it under there a while. I put it in jail because it shit on me, and I was not having any of that. And then I poked it a couple times, and it ran off.
Nice.
That definitely sounds like a net 20 roll that you did there with the dice throw.
No, I hit near it.
You didn't actually hit it?
I hit near it, and the freaking geckos here, they freaking fly, man. Like when they jump, they're just like all of a sudden, I'm like, yeah. And this thing just like dropped off my ceiling, and just there's a solid whack when it hit the ground. And then I like walked over, and it's like, oh shit, the big guy's here, and then it like starts scuttling away. These guys are fast.
Roll initiative. The gecko goes first.
Yeah, but I put a freaking box around it in the end. I was like poking it and whatnot, because it's just like, maybe if I stand real still, go away. And yeah, it stood real still. I took videos of poking its nose, and then I was like, all right, get the fuck out of here. And I went to bed.
Nice.
Oh, and I'm playing Torque, by the way.
You're playing Torque. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. Next and last but not least is Rob. Who are you and who are you playing today?
I am Rob. You just said that. Is this another
But who
memory loss? Or?
is Rob? You know, like a name is not a person. Rob by any other name would still smell as sweet. But who is Rob at the core of it? You know, what makes you who you are?
Who is Rob? I like to consider myself a poet, wrapped in a warrior, wrapped in an enigma,
Ooh.
wrapped in a handsome man.
Oh. So you're saying we have to like peel off your face if we want to get to the enigma?
Yes.
Yes.
So what you're saying is that you're something out of Westworld, and we need to start removing bits of you to get to the puzzle.
Or you need to accept that you are now a rung down.
Ooh.
Also call him the one who breaks D&D.
Okay, well, welcome to Shenanigans, everybody. This was supposed to be a short introduction. It was a long one, but it was way more fun. I liked it. Here we are in Shenanigans, the tavern in which all of our campaigns take place. It might be why we called the show Shenanigans. Or maybe I wanted to call the show Shenanigans, and so I named the bar Shenanigans.
That's why. Oh, man.
I know.
This is like when I finally figured out that the whole pun with that place in Friend Central Perk.
Oh my god, what a pun. Yeah.
Years before I got that.
Although somehow the sign was legible backwards and forwards on either side of the window. You know, no matter what side you're on, it still says Central Perk.
No, it only looked backwards because it was being filmed by the camera, so everything was reversed.
No, but the coloration was appropriate. You didn't ever have to look through glass. It was always painted on the side of the glass that you were on. You know, there was never glass between you and the lettering.
Backwards, except it was on camera, and see, when you're doing the camera, it switches everything left to right.
But it's not a left to right issue. It's a front to back issue. Unless they were filming it in reverse, but who would do that? That's ridiculous. I don't think any of those were good enough actors or actresses to act in reverse.
Well, actually, it wasn't about their skill. See, they were actually all Swedish, and none of them knew English, so they just filmed everything in reverse.
And it sounded like
And
English.
most people don't realize that Swedish is just backwards English.
That sounds like a lie, because in Sweden you learn English in school.
Yeah, that's why it's
no,
so
but
easy
see,
to do that. Is because
Friends
it's
was
just,
filmed in the 90s. That's
backwards.
before the Swedes learned English.
yeah.
That's also a lie.
I think that's.
I like how
think
that's
you're
what you call us out
in the
on.
US, Neal.
I like
Only
how that's what
because
you
you
call us
don't
out on,
learn.
and not the like filming in reverse and that everyone was Swedish. It's like those are all plausible, but that they didn't know English is ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
All right. Where are you guys hanging out in Shenanigans?
Oh. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm so sorry. Well, the bar is 70% full today.
Oh,
It's
exactly 70%. If we took some measurements of the exact volume of the bar, and then of the people in the bar, we would get exactly 70%
Now,
full.
I do want to clarify.
Freaking ramped.
When I say 70% full, I mean of the maximum occupancy limit set by the fire marshal, not actually like 70%
Volumetric.
filled with flesh. You know,
So
it's
there's
not.
probably only like us in here.
No, you can fit a lot of people in Shenanigans. The fire marshal will allow
marshal.
many people in here. Yes, there's a fire marshal, apparently.
He's
But
probably
when
too
counting
afraid to even...
percentages, do halflings and gnomes count for half as much as everybody else?
That is a very good question.
Oh, no.
They are small sized, so I would say they count as half a person.
What is
How much does
So there was
Ogre
some sort of
count?
like 3/5 compromise sort of deal with the. with,
There was no 3/5 compromise. This is talking
My
about
bad, guys, my
available
bad.
space.
It's the 1/2
all right?
compromise.
This is talking about physical space and not value of a life, okay? Jesus Christ. Wow.
What does the?
Wow.
How much does the ogre count? Because he's definitely
Yeah.
tall, has more mass than 2 people.
The ogre would count as two
two?
people.
Okay.
Yeah, he would count as 2 people. For those of you that have no idea what Connar just said, you need to read up on your American history. There's some dark shit in there. All right, guys? Some dark shit. Anyway,
Yeah,
enough
that was
about...
pretty racist right there.
Oh, Rob. Why would you say that? It was terrible. It's not what I meant, and you know
you
it.
Did, Neal. You did.
you did.
I
You
have a
said it,
feeling
yeah.
this video was edited.
This video is definitely getting edited before it goes up on YouTube. That's actually a lie. I'm not going to do that. But yeah.
No, I meant the video Rob posted in the Zoom chat.
Oh, okay. Anywho. Jesus Christ, Rob. You're in Shenanigans. I can't even think of... What are you doing? Let me recoup for a little while.
No, continue, Neal. That
What
gives
are
me
you guys
time to finish
doing?
my food.
What are you doing?
There might be some other ethnic
Eating.
groups you haven't insulted yet, Neal.
Yeah.
You know, the only ethnic group I insulted were the Founding Fathers. And
They're
that's
not
not
an
even an ethnic group. Yeah, I know. But, they are comprised
Kinda
of a
were.
singular ethnic group, even though Founding Father itself is not an ethnic group. Anyway, this is getting like wild. We promised we weren't going to do politics today, guys.
No,
We promised no
that's fine, Neal.
politics.
It's fine. It's history. It's history.
Yeah, I know. We're talking
No
about
politics. So Viglaf is just sitting in the corner. I can't believe that the new sheriff is being confirmed today.
All right.
already-
So there, you guys are just sitting at the bar when there's an explosion outside. A giant fucking explosion like blows up in the town just outside of the front door of Shenanigans.
You'll know you're in Shenanigans when there is an explosion and it is de-escalating things.
I mean, Neal, since the explosion is happening right in front of Shenanigans,
Right
we
in
know
front.
we don't have to do anything. The guy who set the explosion probably damaged Shenanigans now, and is probably
No,
already
the
dead.
bar, it was just far enough that like the blast radius barely grazed the door and didn't even hurt it. You know, it's fine. The building is fine.
okay.
The source of the explosions is fine too. But like, there's definitely an explosion out there, and we were turning on our combat music. We were moving on with this show.
Okay, when this happens, like Gwafir looks towards the from where that it came from, which direction?
Out the front door, giant explosion.
He kind of stands up with probably a glass of wine in his hand, just looks out the door, like a bit uninterested, like. weird weather we are having today.
Oh no, things are exploding. Get to the chopper.
What is a chopper? Do you have like an
He
axe
probably
or
means the
something?
he probably means the
Here
meat
is
cleaver and the
my
chopping
first
board.
sword. This is the chopper. Here is my second sword. This is also the chopper.
And then he spins around.
Ah, yes, the old spin to win tactic. I got you.
Just call him Sonia.
What do I see when I look outside the front door?
You see a being made of fire ravaging
Neal.
Big Ben's brothel.
He looks at it.
Pretty bad.
He looks like, turns around, goes back to his seat, and sits down.
Guathier doesn't care that the town is under attack by a fire elemental.
I mean, it's only humans.
Wow. Doreen,
I mean,
Torque, Vigloff, do you care that
You
there's a
guys
fire elemental
know
in the
what
streets?
he's about, Neal. Don't try to shame him. It's already well established that he doesn't care about humans.
I'll cast a
Big
spell.
here has a point. In fact, he has two. They are his ears. But meanwhile, the Vigloffs, he will go out and he will see what is out there.
You step outside Vigloff, and there before you is I guess for you it's kind of small. It's only like a 7-foot tall fire elemental. And it is wrecking Big Ben's brothel. For those of you who are watching Shenanigans and don't know what Big Ben's brothel is, it is the soup shop across the street.
It's a
Yes,
rock.
Yes.
Job.
It's a soup shop.
Also, probably Guafia sees it, and from being in the town, he probably knows it's a soup shop. So the fire elemental is already at a disadvantage.
That's true.
Yeah, I run and get a water trough. And from the barn.
You
And-
can get one from the stables right out front of Shenanigans.
All right, perfect.
And then,
I'll carry it with me across to the brothel. So excuse me, elemental. You are burning everything. Explain yourself. Usually it's only the soup that does that.
the elemental turns towards you. It's this like reddish orange flame with these like two burning little bluish eyes that waver in it. And at this point, I think we need to roll initiative between Vigloff and the fire elemental. Anyone else that wants to get involved is more than welcome to.
I mean, only Vigloff had gone, then no, but I suppose so. What is the casting time of magic missile? Damn it, I should have.
It should be. It's a 1. Usually, wizard spells have a casting time equal to their spell level. It's a really nice way of handling it.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that so?
I don't think it's
And
always true, but
speed of
it's
a water
trough.
mostly true.
Oh,
The speed of a water trough, I think that's going to go with your base initiative for you, Vigloff, which is going to be a 6.
yeah. Guafia is kind of lazily going towards the door while chanting his spell.
Alrighty then. Let's open up Fire Elemental in the Monstrous Manual. Oh, these guys are kind of hard.
Bad.
Wow, these are actually really strong.
Yeah.
Yes.
What I always love to hear.
It's always good to know that you did not even consider the fact that they need a +2 weapon to hit them.
Or magic missiles, which I only have
Yeah,
one of.
do none of you guys have +2 weapons?
We have a
No.
+1 dagger, Neal, from last time.
Surprisingly, we don't get that many magic.
Neal, when
know.
was the last time you handed out
We got a set of
magic weapons?
+1
Apparently last
snake
week when I
knives,
wasn't
which
here,
was
of
an
course.
unusual thing.
I mean, sometimes your meat is really tough and gamey. You know, if you're gonna eat a creature that needs a +1 weapon to hit it, how are you supposed to eat it if you don't also have +1 steak knives?
dentures.
Oh, I like the thinking there. All right, the fire elemental rolls. Wow, it rolls a 16. So it looks like Torque is up first. No, Doreen is up first.
Doreen is up first.
What are you gonna do, Doreen?
All right. 14 damage to it. That's what I'm going to do.
Sweet Jesus and apple pie. The cleric casts magic missile at the fire elemental.
Oh, right.
Because she's
As
broken.
clerics do.
Yep. 5, 6,
Damage.
7, 8 hit dice. I mean, some number of hit dice.
That's a lot of dice.
It is. And you did 14 damage to it.
Luckily for us, it rolled 8 HP.
No, it actually rolled above average. It rolled 1-1
shit.
and everything was a 5 or higher.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
So that means min HP is 36. Good to know.
Perhaps. I didn't add it up myself.
Well, if everything's higher than a 5 times 7.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I would expect from a engineer? Are you you're technically an engineer, right? Yeah? Okay, cool. I don't know these things. Next in the initiative order is Torquey Torque.
Vigloff, you're like in his face with that trough, right?
Yes.
Oh, sweet. And then yeah, it looks like the dude has a face, right?
Yes, he's definitely got a face.
Oh, definitely. I'm gonna go on the other side of the face, so I'm at his back, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna swing at him. Do I get back?
You get +2 for back attack. Yeah, you move around to the Big Ben's brothel side of things.
Oh yeah, you know, gotta get a good shield wall up in there.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
19 to hit. Wow. Do you have a magic weapon?
Nope.
All right,
But
your
I don't-
sword pass. Yeah, you don't realize. I mean, you get this excellent hit right on the side of the fire elemental. Your blade passes right through it, and for a moment, the flames are disrupted. Like, you know, if you move your hand through a candle or something, like the flames stop and then just like ripple back up again.
Oh shit. That's bad.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna use the rest of my action. Can I just like run away?
Yes.
Go in. All right, sweet. I'm gonna go back into Shenanigans and grab Gwathird's wine.
Okay.
He still has it in his hand.
Oh yeah, I'm still gonna grab it.
Next
Okay.
up is Gwathyr himself.
So, what kind of roll would it be to? Oh wait, maybe Dex roll to kind of have the constantly move the wine out of his range while casting
Dex
the spell?
check, yeah. So it would be an opposed Dex check between Torque and Gwathyr to see who can like
Perfect.
get the hold of the wine. Give me your opposed checks there. Oh, Gwathyr barely. It's actually really impressive. You're both like quite dexterous, and you're doing a very good job. And it's more of like a, you know, Gwathyr hops on a table, Torque is tall enough and reaches for it. Gwathyr puts the cup under his leg, Torque reaches under the leg, Gwathyr like tosses the cup in the air and grabs it.
And then catches all the liquid from the cup.
Right. It's
If we were on the stage, this would be a very nice show.
It's a fantastic show. Unfortunately, no one is watching you right now, except for Glibglob.
Well,
he can't see the flames, so.
Well, after like all that, he jumps down from the table and kind of into the doorway of Shenanigans. Moves his hand over the hilt of his sword where there's a gem in the middle. And speaks the incantation and shoots one magic missile at the elemental.
Wonderful. It hits it for 2. Are you only first level wizard? Second level?
Second level.
You're second level? Gwathyr is only second level?
You like multi-class or something.
No, I'm a second level wizard.
Oh. All right, yeah. Neal just doesn't hand out XP. I forgot.
That's 50% of what he can do this day.
No, I'm an elf. I have lots of other things that I can do.
Okay.
You can survive.
And he
beyond
kind of steps back into Shenanigans because, you know, if the elemental touches Shenanigans, oh boy, we don't have to fight it anymore.
Only if the elemental damages Shenanigans, but don't worry, there are
It's a
plenty
fire
of DM.
elemental. The bar's made out of wood.
There are plenty of DM hacks available to get the fire elemental in the bar.
The fire elemental puts on a fireproof suit.
Oh, shit. Wait, if it puts on a fireproof suit, that also implies
Then it dies of cancer.
And then it picks up his sword.
It like wears a pure asbestos and walks into Shenanigans and is like, I'm just gonna give you
Asbestos is
cancer.
Really good insulation.
Yes, we just have to wait for it to develop a life-threatening tumor.
And Gwathyr is guaranteed to be dead in 20
fair,
years.
He has 8 con. Hey, that would actually be bad for an elf because that's
would
like
be.
nothing of his lifespan.
Yeah. Elves are the opposite of naked mole rats. They're just really susceptible to these diseases. Anywho, last but not least is Vigloff.
say this is a bad day for you because you did not go to the gym today to work out, so prepare to feel not the burn. And I try to like upend the trough, and I actually like want to slam it down and try to pin, not just get all the water from the trough onto it, to try to slam him down and pin him and trap him in the trough.
Well, fire elementals, they like flicker back and forth, and they're in one spot, and then they're another spot. So I'm going to need you to make me an attack roll against AC 10 with the water trough to see if you can get it on the fire elemental.
Alrighty.
Because even though you are a giant ogre, it's still like an awkward trough for you to lift and move and everything. And fire
Especially
elemental,
if you don't want the water all spilling out at once.
yeah, and they have an innate aversion to water, so it tries to get the fuck out of the way.
Alright, so let me see. What are my actual freaking bonuses? I guess +4.
Oh yeah, you know what you have there.
Close.
12. You dump the water trough on the fire elemental. Now, I've been trying to figure out how much damage water does to a fire elemental. It's definitely not listed under the fire elemental entry. So I was going to say it would do similar damage as fire might do to a regular person, which I think is 2d4, right? Cool. Yeah. But you are using not just a small amount of fire. You're doing a big ass water trough. So let's say it's
It's like getting a big barrel of boiling oil pushed underneath the cattle.
Let's do triple damage. So 6d4.
All right.
You heard it here, kids. 64. Literally as much HP as the thing could have.
Oh.
15 damage. That is quite average. In fact, that's exactly average. That is this combination of dice are removed. The fire elemental is now sputtering. Instead of being like a raging 7.5 feet tall, now it's like 5 feet tall, and there's like hissing and popping sounds coming from it, as if someone had thrown in a pine cone.
This is where we find out that it was just like an unsatisfied customer because it was flying soup at Big Ben's brothel, and it just wanted its money back. But no, they wouldn't give it to him. It would charge him extra for the fly-in pack.
Yeah, fire elementals don't drink soup, Rob. Come on.
Yeah, to be fair, the owner was like, "Are you for serious? You're a fire elemental. It is, of course, you don't agree or you are not satisfied with the soup. It's water."
All right. The fire elemental brings up like a burning wave and kind of knocks it towards Vigloff with a roll to hit. Oh, it rolls to hit Vigloff. What's your AC, buddy?
Oh God. That doesn't.
It is 10.
Good, but not great. It is 17.
17.
Oh God.
Okay, so it will critical you, which is
God.
not good. But you have lots of extra HP because you're an ogre, right?
Oh, what HP do you have?
A decent amount. I've got 26 total.
Okay,
pretty good.
That's good.
No,
That's good.
it's really not, actually. Fire elementals are terrifying. And if they do
at
double damage...
He's what, level 1, yeah? That's
Level
good.
2.
Oh, level 2. That's still good.
Oh,
you still
God.
could die. You still
All right,
could
Robert,
die.
I hope you have a backup character ready. Hold on. Wait, there's a lot of 1s and 2s here.
Okay.
Hold on. We got 10.
27 damage.
We have 13, no, 10, 20, 21.
That is low.
On 6d8, that was low. So you take 21 damage as the fire elemental just like bitch slaps Vigloff from knee through the groin, up the front of you, burning off all the hair on your chest, and up to your face. So it's just like a big scorch mark from knees through the groin, through the belly to the face.
And now it smells like burnt ogre.
That smells like barbecue. Vigloff, that's 21 damage. Are you up? Are you down? Are you all around?
I'm up. I've got 5 hit points left.
Wow.
Just don't let it hit you again.
You did not burn my chest hair because I shaved and oiled today.
Oh, you oiled today? Hold on, let me add an extra D4 of damage in here.
Oh, well, why would you say that?
Your oil sputters and burns you for another 4 points of damage.
1 HP, baby.
Just imagine
So then we
if you like.
subtract the damage that didn't happen because the hair wasn't burning. So it's still 21.
Next round initiative. Next round initiative. The fire elemental is still raging.
Oh boy.
Might wanna get the fuck out of there.
Fire elemental goes on 11.
Yes.
Okay.
13, 6, 9. Drum roll, please.
And plus 6, you said, is my base.
Yes, because you are large. Okay, Doreen, you're the first one to act, probably because you're so small.
All right. So seeing him
If
get
you magic missile it again, it's probably getting pretty close.
no, if you want to get out of there anyway. Yeah, seeing him get wrecked, I realize, oh right, I'm the tank, not the wizard. Go up front next to it. But no, I'm still casting a spell, so Lance of Disruption it straight up into the air, just wham! Because it's so much taller than me.
So you like go under the fire elemental and Lance of
it's
Disruption
just,
up
I just
it?
am right next to it. I'm just angling it up. So it's
Okay.
not like going across.
I just imagine for those that watch Dragon Ball, Doreen disappears suddenly, appears next to the elemental, and does Lance of Disruption.
Yep, pretty much.
Wow.
It doesn't
Doreen,
your
spell.
hands carry you.
How do you have a 3rd level wizard spell when you are a cleric?
Because I have the Wizard the Priest and cast Evocation wizard spell.
You just memorize. You just learn. How do you learn wizard spells? Regular
You
way?
know, she's just so angry. Yeah, I mean, it's just the same as casting cleric spells.
Okay,
Yeah.
but so like you just learn spells as you level, yada yada. Yeah. Okay.
I feel
As
that
I-
elemental needs a save.
Yeah, it does need a save for half.
Stop acting so surprised, Neil. You learned this when I originally came up with Curry and discovered that clerics were the best wizards.
Yeah.
Just like they're the best paladins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize that Doreen was gonna have Lance of Disruption. It's a 3rd level spell.
No,
it's like Fireball, but sometimes
this
better.
is her special attack.
Ah.
Her special attack is bitch slapping someone with a Lance of Disruption.
Well, you Lance of Disruption. It fails its save. It takes 24 points of damage. And the fire elemental, it's like you snuff out the candle, right? It's this huge beam that just blasts up in the air, and the fire elemental just goes poof.
I think
And
it's,
disappears.
I think the Lance of Disruption is just like this invisible, like concussive force, but it takes the fire with it. So you just see a shot of flame as the top of its body. shot
And
into-
Doreen, while you're casting this, like there's a big, burning, bright fire elemental in your face. Like you're so close to it, it's hot. You can feel it like singeing your skin. You're having a hard time staring. I need you to make me an intelligence check while you do this.
All right.
Hope you brought your FFBs.
That's where we find out it was all an illusion.
No, it's fine. If she had rolled poorly, I would say the beam was slightly misangled and it also hit Big Ben's brothel, but you're good. You're good.
I take the roof off.
Yeah, just like... but you're fine. You missed the Big Ben's brothel just barely. You know, like some of the tiles on the roof go flying, but the fire elemental is out and gone. And after a few moments, people start poking their heads back outside, and there's some light golf tap applause coming from the streets, and people then start to go back to business as usual.
Like Guafia stands in the doorway to Shenanigans, like sipping on his wine. Well, that happened.
Yeah.
I wonder how it came to be here, and why it attacked that place.
I'll just say over towards the people at Big Ben's brothel, do not worry. We were just having a heated discussion. And I'll walk back into Shenanigans.
I feel like I should hit him, but that would kill him. So I'm just.
Yeah, you're like,
Fuck. You ain't getting.
All right. So things start to settle down. The party heads back into the bar. People are beginning to, return to their business. Big Ben is outside of his soup shop looking at the building, examining the damage. He seems satisfied that the structural integrity, while compromised, will hold up through the rest of the day. So he leaves the business open and invites people back in. While at the same time sending a runner to go talk to the crew of gnomes that are camped outside of this town to see if they can rebuild the building a little bit sturdier and safer and more fire resistant than last time. This isn't the first time Big Ben's brothel has been almost destroyed by a battle.
so
I
what you say is
remember it was almost destroyed back in the Great Zombie Easter 17.
Yep. Big Ben's brothel has been under siege many times. It doesn't seem to have the same amount of plot armor as other buildings.
So, Neal, you say that at one point during the day, we look out the window and there's just a crew of gnomes wobbling through the streets.
Yes.
Oh, everyone who
Towards
eats that
the
soup
broth.
now is going to get cancer.
Yeah, so 10, 15 minutes later, there's maybe 12 gnomes standing around Big Ben's brothel taking measurements, using measuring tapes, using rulers. They've got a barometer out there that they're measuring near the buildings. You notice one gnome licking every piece of wood and then making some notes, and then licking a different section of wood and making some notes, and brushing his tongue off with a special horsehair brush and then licking something else. It's a weird menagerie of gnomes investigating the destruction.
Talk.
No.
I call his name by pointing towards the window outside. Who knew that there is a gnome repair crew?
Yeah. And a few minutes later, into Shenanigans walks this very elderly gentleman. He's got to be 90 years old or something. He's got splotches all over him. His hair is white and tied back in a long ponytail, so it's got 6 binds in it as it goes down to about his hips. He's leaning heavily on a red cane that he walks with. And following behind him is a dog, a black and white spotted dog. And he walks into Shenanigans and goes to talk to Desmond for a moment, and Desmond points him your way. And eventually the old man teeters over to you, leaning on his red cane, and goes, "Excuse me, gentlemen and lady. Are you the ones who defeated the fire elemental in the streets?"
Yes, we
Yes.
are.
I am Timmy, the fire marshal, and I have questions for you.
We just had a heated discussion.
Yes, I've heard that pun before. Thank you very much. Ahem.
So, you want to ask us something?
I did not mean to upset you. Did not want to add fuel to the fire.
Very good,
is it-
son. Very good. I have some questions, and he pulls a clipboard out from underneath his big cloak.
Fire away.
Uh-oh, boys. The heat is on.
Did you see who caused the fire
It's,
elemental?
On the streets.
No. Just heard an explosion, and there it was.
Yep. Apparently, such things happen in this town.
Do you have any clue who might have caused the fire elemental?
I think I might.
Who?
I think it might have been me.
You?
Sometimes my mighty pecs push against each other, and the friction is so much that things spontaneously combust.
So you
Did you
admit
know you-
responsibility for this
Acid.
incident?
No, he didn't. He oiled his chest today, so it was properly lubricated. There was no friction.
I paid the price for that.
Unfortunate. I was hoping we could close this case right now.
Well,
Okay.
it did attack the soup shop across the street, though maybe they know more about what is going on.
Oh, I've already been to speak with Big Ben and his slew of servants. You know, he calls
Is that a metric slew?
No, it's an imperial slew. Thank you very much.
If it was metric, it would be 10 times as many.
Okay, so you didn't see where it came from. You don't know who caused it. Do you know anyone that might want to destroy Big Ben's brothel?
Nope.
Only the customers.
There's something wrong with the brothel?
But to be honest, it's not a I see what you humans did there. No, nothing comes to mind.
Then why did you say the customers might want to destroy it?
Well, that is probably the only option that comes to mind, since we don't know anybody else that goes there.
So you have no evidence to support this claim it was done by a customer?
I mean, we're not claiming it, it was merely a suggestion, right?
Okay. Check.
Perhaps they were a customer. Maybe they were upset because fire elementals were coming and disrupting their lunch, so they conjured a fire elemental to destroy the place.
Okay, so I think
That
everything is
circular logic
clear.
isn't the best kind of logic.
That's all the questions I have for you today. Good day, gentlemen. Good
This
day.
logic has no point because it is circular.
The elderly gentleman with the red fire cane and the Dalmatian leaves the building and walks away.
What a
Excellent.
curious fella.
Yes.
You know, suddenly I want to make a fur coat. Do you think he would part with that dog?
No, I don't think you would.
No, definitely not. I think he probably would call this shot to kill
And
him.
honestly, like, the fur on there is pretty short. It'd make a really poor coat. Like, it would barely even cover your head with love.
That is true. Perhaps I could make a thong out of it.
Oh god, now that someone mentioned it, probably Big Ben summoned the elemental to heat up his soup. Or some wizard in the place summoned the elemental because the soup was cold.
Yes, he summoned a fire elemental into his wooden building to heat up his soup. Big Ben is a powerful wizard with no ability to heat soup whatsoever.
Maybe an 18 intelligence wizard with 5 wisdom.
Yes.
It's possible. You never know. It is
I mean,
shenanigans.
if you have a fire elemental, you do not need to constantly cast a spell to heat different soups up. Just have the one elemental heat up all the soup.
You could.
That is true. You can just enslave a fire elemental to do it because they are only like 3/5 of a being, according to Neal.
Who said that? That's not even remotely
You
true,
did, Neal.
Robert. I said nothing about that. They're large-sized creatures. They count as 2 people for purposes of occupancy in a building. Don't make me throw another fire elemental at you guys. That'll just be the entire session, is fire elementals popping up every time you guys
Oh,
get
shit.
unruly.
Taurine's not dealing with
So,
it.
what happens every time Weeklove makes a pun?
So he is saying that they count for twice as much, like a voter in Wyoming in a presidential election.
Yes. Yes, but only compared to a voter in California. Fucking Californians. There's too many of them anyway.
I, as Vigloff, am a defender of California.
California.
All right, so you
I
guys are
rule it. I
settling back in. Don't let Vigaloff run your financial decisions, though. He will fuck up your economy for decades to come. He's a terrible manager of finances.
I mean, yeah, he's an ogre who probably did not go into math. Who did not have math classes.
This show is sponsored by the state of California.
California overrun by terrorists.
Yeah, this show is sponsored by California, and all the jokes here are relating strictly to California. If you're not from it, you might as well not even watch today's show. That's fine.
Can you imagine if a show got so specialized that it made references to Goleta, landmarks in Santa Barbara?
Something that just occurred to me, since Wiglaf is an ogre and you know what kind of inspiration, where the inspiration for Wiglaf came from, does it mean the ogre language is German?
Austrian, maybe.
Austrian, you fool.
Yeah.
German.
Same, I guess. I don't know.
No, German is just Austrian with in the wrong zip code.
I mean, yeah.
Have you ever considered, Bastian, that you're speaking Austrian instead of German?
No, because the official national language of
Speaking
Austria.
English.
He's speaking Austrian right now, clearly.
Clearly.
I mean, I don't know who got the
Clearly
next
dubbed.
70 years ago, so.
I don't.
You can
It's
see that his words
God
and his
damn it,
lips are
Germans,
not
stop trying to
synchronized
answer
properly.
all right. So you guys are settling back down into your normal routine, waiting for someone to come, kick the door down, and give you a quest. When a little girl runs up to Shenanigans into the bar and goes, "Someone help! There's another fire on the other side of town! Please, someone, defeat it!"
Did she say fire or fire elemental?
She said another fire.
What? Big Ben has a franchise on the other side of town as well? He must be doing very well for himself, and yet he did not even pay us for saving his building.
Well, I suppose we could deal with that. Is there another trough for the ogre to carry around?
Unfortunately, the water trough has been emptied and not refilled. Poor Jackson, the stable boy, is running to and from the well trying to refill the water trough, but he's only got the one bucket. And he's got these, like, spindly little arms, and it's going to take him a while to fill it up. You know, a couple hours.
I will
Close
have
to the river.
The river is pretty far away. The fire is on the opposite side of town from the river.
Oh, well, if that's the case, I go grab our
side of town of the river.
portable water pump.
If the fire is on the far side from the river and it's the opposite side of town, then that would imply that Shenanigans, which is on the opposite side of town from the fire and thus the river, is next to the river
No.
because it's opposite.
Your logic makes no sense. I'm bringing us to the map. Here's Shenanigans right here. The river is way over here, and the fire is way over here. Shenanigans is midway between the river and the fire.
Yeah, Desmond's house is on one side of the.
Yes.
I got one spell that can help with this. That's about it. So
Guafir will go outside still with like his glass of wine, concentrate for a moment, holding his sword, and use his persistent spell, jump on the roof of Shenanigans.
Ooh.
Did he take his wine with him?
Yeah.
You leap onto the roof of Shenanigans. Excuse my hiccups. And you, sure enough, see a raging inferno on the west side of town.
Does it look like a normal fire, or?
No, it definitely doesn't look like a normal fire. It definitely looks like another fire elemental. Hands down.
He will make his way down, but not jump just like 25 feet down, but over a balcony, like onto a balcony and then down.
Yeah. You hop, you put your feet in someone's window. They're like waking up and stretching, and there's like this random elf climbing down through past their window and looks at you a little surprised, and then you hop down to the ground floor.
And he does a somewhat awkward, like, superhero landing onto the ground, still with his wine in his one hand.
That's really bad for your knees.
Yeah, roll to break knee.
There's like a wince while he's holding the wine. Oh God, my knees. Oh, I'm getting too old for this shit.
Then he turns around with all smiles.
Hi. I'm going for you.
Well, it does seem like there's another fire elemental on the other side of town.
Yeah, I can't really help anymore.
Yes,
Yeah.
it will need to have to come back tomorrow.
It seems like we have expended all our means to fight a fire elemental.
Guys, come on over here, calls Desmond.
What's it?
I'm retired. I'm not supposed to be doing this stuff anymore, but, you know, I can't really watch the town burn down around me. So what if I loan you some weapons?
Oh,
Could probably deal with it then.
Yeah?
yeah. I guess we could deal with it then.
I know
Alright.
they could one-shot me,
You got a morning star?
and I'm only at half hit points.
Glib Glob, mind the bar. Come on, guys. Let's. We're gonna go head to my basement in my house and see what the armory's got for you.
All right.
He claps his hands to get rid of any dust that might be on them, and the 5 of you head down the street in the direction of the Raging Inferno, and then like make a detour into Desmond's house. And we're gonna come back on the other side of our break, and we're gonna take a look in Desmond's basement and see what weapons he has that you guys can borrow.
A first look into Desmond's basement.
See you guys on the other side of our break. Bye-bye.
Mm.